Welcome to the Nagios installation for the second part. So we had completed the second, that is a third option, and now we were heading for the fourth step to go ahead and configure it. So let's go ahead and do that now. So let's read what exactly the fourth step says. Customize configuration. Sample configuration files have now been installed in the user local Nagios etc directory. These sample files should work fine. For getting started with Nagios, you need to make just one change before you proceed. So what it has to be done is, so we have to go ahead and configure a file that's under the user local library files. So let's copy this, edit. So copy this, go ahead by using nano. I'll edit the file. So here you need to scroll down and look for an email address, which we have to. So it says change this to your email address to get or receive alerts. So let me put in our email address, that is admin@of unixservices.co.in. Should be in a one line, should not come down to the second line, so make sure that it is in the first line itself. Great, so we have done that. So what's our next step? Our next step is to file with your favorite editor and change the email. Okay, so that we have completed. Address associated with the Nagios admin contact definition to the address you would like to use for receiving alerts. So that's fine, we have done that. Next is we have to go ahead and install the web conference. So we'll say the fifth step. So we'll say use. So we'll just copy the make. Go ahead. Install this. So that is installed. And create a Nagios admin account for logging into the Nagios web interface, and remember the password assigned to this account. You will need it later, so let's do that as well by using this command. We're creating a Nagios administrative account right now. So it asks for the password, so we have to define the password. We have to retype the password. Great. So what's the next step? So our next step is to restart Apache to make the new settings take effect. So let us use service httpd restart. So we'll say service httpd restart. So that's done for us. So this finishes the first level configuration of the Nagios. The second thing is we have to go ahead and configure the plugins. So let's do that now. So we'll go back to the directory, that is, so the cd space dot dot. So go back to the download directory, and we'll use the tar once again. Just copy this and paste it here, so that whatever the contents which were there under plugins, so it has created a directory. So get into this directory, that is Nagios plugins, and then start working from here. So the next one is, so we have to once again go ahead and run the script. That's the configure script under this directory. So let's do that. So it's running now. So let's use make install. Then our job is to go ahead and add the Nagios server for the run level. So we are adding the Nagios server for the run level now by using this command, that chkconfig, which maintains the run level. then we'll turn it on. So chk config Nagios on. Good. Next we have to verify the Nagios sample files. So this is the seventh step which we are following to make sure that we don't have any errors. So now it shows there are totally 0 warnings and 0 errors, so that feels good. So we are feeling good right now, so it has no errors. So let's continue with our configuration, and once we get that there is no errors, so we have to make sure that we'll go ahead and start the server. So we'll say service Nagios start to start the server. So successfully done. And the next step, what it says is the eighth one, they say to make sure that the security settings, that is the SE Linux security settings, has to be gone ahead and modified. So now in our testing scenario situation, so let's check what is the security settings. So now we have disabled both the firewall as well as security. So in the other case, so they say that run the CGI, the common gateway interface, under the SE Linux enforcing the target mode. So you can use these two commands to apply to them. Okay, so it's time for us to start up the server now. So let's see. So we should remember the password which we have created at the time of installation. So we'll say httpd http colon, it's localhost Nagios. Great. So we have to use the Nagios admin as the password, which we had created as a user to administer. So this would be the password. We'll just copy this, put it here, and define the password which we had given. So there we go. So we have completely successful in creating a Nagios monitoring server. So these are the steps which you have to follow. And suppose once you reboot the system, there maybe at times you may not start up the Nagios server immediately. At that time you had to restart the HTTPD service. So this, you can just make a note that if the server is rebooted, so the HTTPD service also has to be restarted to start the Nagios server as a point. So thank you for viewing. Have a great day ahead.